Hi, I'm Nancy Coleman with the Career Center, and we're here today with our Who's Hiring series. I'm joined by Andy Henderson with Equity Trust. So Andy, I thank you for being a part of our series, and I just wanted to start out, could you tell us a little bit about Equity Trust?
Yeah, so again, thank you for having us. We're excited to share some information about it. We provide um, non-traditional investment opportunities to both retail clients, whether it's real estate, private entity investment, precious metals. We also provide custodial services for institutional partners. So we'll be able to hold those same types of investments for registered investment advisors and other financial professionals. And so we've started in Northeast Ohio back in 1974 and have grown from our Elyria location to our headquarters here in Westlake, Ohio. That it has also a satellite office in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and an office.
Great. So your office in Westlake, Ohio, is that a location that is accessible by public transportation, or is that a type of location where it's best accessed by a vehicle?
I believe it's accessible by public transportation, right on the corner of Crocker and Clemens. As far as I know.
Okay, perfect. And so can you tell us a little bit about what is different about your company compared to some others in the industry, and a little bit, about the culture at Equity Trust?
About us provide service through the more entrepreneurially minded investor. What we specialize in is self-directed. So instead of using a financial planner to make your decisions on behalf, you're taking ownership of that type of investing. You're making all the decisions on the investment place, and you're the one really controlling that portfolio. And where we specialize is more in terms of non-traditional assets, like real estate is a big part of our portfolio. People are investing in things like small business. Precious metals is another big thing as well that's really taking off right now. So what's different about us is just the ability to give you control back as an investor. But we have a full suite of services. So if you want to trade traditionally as well, we can do that. And then I think where we also stand apart is the fact that we provide a lot of great service to financial professionals themselves, so their clients are able to access this type of investment as well. So it's rather niche, being so catered to the individual investor and giving that control back, and I think that's what sets us apart. I think what also sets us apart is our culture. So one of the big things that we really stress in hiring is just teamwork, being innovative, creating a family-like atmosphere, but also one that it's very fast-paced, it's very collaborative, there's great access to leadership. So as a culture, we really thrive on the family atmosphere, the collaborative environment, and really the innovative nature of what we do.
So, for the positions that you recruit for, could you tell us a little bit about typically what types of positions you look to fill in this area?
Yeah, so I think really we run the gamut of from customer facing client services related positions to more back office operational roles where you're dealing more with the account maintenance aspect of what we do, also investment processing, as well as sales, IT, basically the whole gamut of positions you find at another organization we have here. It's just mostly what we do is kind of behind the scenes versus maybe being in front of the customer directly in like a retail banking environment. But what most people do here is really manage the day-to-day account maintenance, the investment process, or client interaction that we have with our organization. So we're right now currently hiring in our client services team, in our operations teams for a variety of positions. and then also in relationship management as well, which is more working on the institutional part of our business, working with the financial professionals and their portfolios and in helping onboard those specific new clients and their clients.
So would you say your typical positions, are they full-time positions? Do you have opportunities for part-time?
So primarily they are full-time positions, but we also look to hire part-time as well. Our client service team is hiring immediately for part-time positions, and we can work with school schedules, and that's something for us that we see a lot of need from the 10 to 2, 11 to 3 range, where things get busy. But I think we're also looking to provide some supplementary support on part-time throughout the organization through a variety of positions and roles. Primary focus now, present day, is client services, and everything else outside of that is a full-time position. But we're always open to exploring part-time. If a candidate has a need, it's something we're more than happy to discuss.
Okay. And so if you look at the candidates for your positions, what are you looking for in terms of education, experience, personal qualities? What are the most important things that you look for?
That's a great question. I think for us, really the critical thing from a personality perspective is being highly collaborative, being that strong team player, really great attention to detail, accuracy, and efficiency. When you're dealing with in the financial services arena, accuracy is very important, but also tempered with a little bit of speed. So those are things from more of a background quality perspective. Maybe some banking experience is always useful in the role. But I think from an education perspective, a lot of our positions require minimally a high school diploma, but people with associate's degrees or bachelor's degrees also are sought after. I think any person who's actively going to school to gain their associate's bachelor's is someone we want to bring on as well, just in the fact that there's a great growth opportunities in the organization. There's great opportunities for us to be flexible with someone's schedule, and we'd love to retain that person after they finish their degree to provide value to our organization as well.
Okay, perfect. So can you tell us a little bit about the benefits that Equity Trust might offer to a student as far as, everything from rate of pay to other types of general benefits, and even if you have any benefits specific to a student?
Yeah, so I think for us, typically, benefits-wise, we have a traditional benefits package, medical, vision, dental. We have life insurance, both company provided and supplemental. We have some extra coverage in terms of illness or accident coverage that you're able to purchase. We even have pet insurance. We have a 401k where we match 100% up to 3% and 50% up to 5%, and we start that match immediately. So, traditional benefits package. I think there's some things we do a little bit more uniquely in terms of we have volunteer time off package where you get time quarterly to go and volunteer, give your time to an organization that you're passionate about. We have a lot of opportunities for people to join other team members as well that we help vet and arrange times for. You start with 3 weeks vacation as well. So, from that perspective, I think it's pretty traditional in terms of the benefit side of things. Our volunteer time off being one of our more unique offerings. And then pay-wise, it depends on the role, but typically someone could start between 14 and 16 an hour. Just depends on the position, the role. There's, just as an estimate, there's other positions that are paid differently based on the type of work they do, but it's always something open to discuss as part of the interview process. We're always pretty transparent with where that position falls so somebody can make a decision that's best for them.
Okay. So as all of us seem to be very affected by the current health situation, I did want to ask, can you tell us a little bit about how that is affecting Equity Trust as far as, our positions on ground? Are they remote? and any other precautions that your company takes due to the current pandemic.
Yeah, for sure. So I think we were pretty quick to move people off site as soon as we started to kind of see where the direction things were going. We were about 2 weeks ahead of really a lot of the state mandate. So we have 88% of our staff currently off site right now working remotely. We were able to move those folks within 2 weeks to get everybody home set up and with the technology they need to work remote. We do have a small amount of staff on site that's required to grab documents. I think a lot in terms of our cash department, we still see live checks. We do a lot with mail. There is a presence on site. They are all socially distanced. We have pretty rigorous cleaning procedures that we undertake nightly to make sure we're disinfecting. We disinfect 3 times throughout the day as well. Again, are very well socially distanced throughout the office who are required to be on site. We also are taking temperatures on the way in to make sure that nobody's exhibiting any symptoms as best we can tell through that process. If there's any situations, we're able to work with supervisors to get people home, get people to the doctors, things like that. But we've done very well in terms of keeping people safe as best we can and maintaining a safe, clean environment as well. I think we are looking at still cautiously looking to bring our staff back to the office when it's deemed safe in waves, so not everybody would be back all at once.
Okay, so for students that are interested in the positions, can you tell us how they can find out, where they can go to learn more and to apply?
Yeah, so there's a ton of great resources on our website to apply online. If there's positions that look good, please just go to our careers link. We'll have positions up on Handshake as well on your careers page. So if there's anything they have questions about or want to contact somebody directly, they can email us at careers@trustetc to ask any questions, to inquire more. We'd be happy to set up calls with folks to fill them in to make sure that positions are clearly explained. Our website's a great resource into what we do, our company history, how we do it at trustetc.com. And if you go to the About Us Careers page there, you can see our benefits package, a little bit about our culture, some of our awards and things like that as well. But Lorenza and I are more than happy to answer any questions that they have. So just email us at careers@trustetc. One of us will get back to you as soon as we can with an answer for you. Or we'll be happy to schedule time via that method as well for a call to fill anybody in with any questions that they may have.
Great. So for students that are interested in applying, can you just describe the hiring process from start to finish, about how long it would take and what they could expect to go through?
Yeah, for sure. So I think, our application's pretty simple, straightforward. Doesn't take too many clicks. You can also apply with one click or LinkedIn on our page as well. From there, it's typically a phone interview with a recruiter, and we set you up to do a video interview with the hiring managers. Depending upon the role, you can expect a total of probably no more than 3 interviews. Usually, you'll have a phone screen, a video interview with a hiring manager, and then a follow-up interview with other members of the team, and then a decision is made. So just dependent upon the position, usually somebody can get through the entire process within a week or two to a decision. Some take a little bit longer, as if there's a lot more candidates in the pipeline. We'll definitely try to communicate that as best we can. But dependent upon the time frames of hiring as well, you could probably expect no more than 2 to 3 weeks in that entire process. But we're always open to answering questions that somebody may have as to statuses or things like that, because there could be some times when things are, due to the busyness of the business or things like that, that they may inhibit the amount of time it takes or the ability for a hiring manager to interview as well.
Okay. Well, the last question I have for you, Andy, is can you give some advice to any of our students who might be interested in working at Equity Trust?
For sure, I think do your research into the organization prior to your interview. I think one great way to gain a leg up is to be somewhat familiar with what we do in our business. I think another great way is come prepared with great questions to ask. Interview- Our viewers love to answer questions about the business. They really want it to be conversational. So don't get too worried to prepare for the interview itself. Just bring some questions because you're just going to have a real easy conversation with a hiring manager versus a more strict interview process. And I think the biggest one is just to be yourself, um, be excited about the process or the opportunity here, and be enthusiastic. That really helps kind of our culture thrive because that's how most of our colleagues will be.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Andy, for your time today and sharing the information on these great opportunities. We really hope to bring some of our Tri-C students to Equity Trust to join you in these positions soon. So thanks so much for your time and sharing the information with us today.
Oh, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.